My name is Ronald Baiga. I'm the Executive Director of Youth and Women Community Development Organization. This organization has been formed in 2005, and one of the reasons for forming this organization to champion the youth and women issues that are affecting them in the community. So it was first it was a training center. It was a training center, and of course we turned it to be a community-based organization. We officially registered this in 2006, and to date we have a home in Bulabulanga village. And now this organization has grown to a bigger attention that it has been attracting donor funds from Europe and beyond, and also within. This organization's thematic areas, we're looking basically on health, in education, agric, and there's social issues like things like gender-based violence, GBV, and those nitty-gritties of the communities. So we come in to solve it. So we have a profile, at least that the community has done. Majorly, we have done a lot of trainings for the community. We have done a lot of community engagements. Also in education, we have also reached out to schools. So basically, I will just drop in a little activities that we have done in the community. One, with the partnership with the Global Fund, under Tasho, we ran an activity on malaria prevention and care in the community, and that is in Media Sub-County. So the whole sub-county, we have done a lot of activities in the community, and now currently we are under SEHAD. We are also running an activity on malaria, because we realize the burden of malaria is too high in the district. So with the engagement with the district health officers, we are zeroing now on Ajipala. We have already done the first phase of the community engagement. We also receive funding donations from Vitamin Angels, and these Vitamin Angels will they supply us with the multivitamins for pregnant mothers and vitamin for children under 5 and dewormers. So with the help with the district, in collaboration with the district, we have been supporting the district, Koboko district. So mostly our products that we receive as donations from Vitamin Angels have been helping the district so much, especially the pregnant mothers. And these products are normally distributed during the Child Health Day. This Child Health Day normally in the April and October. So recently we also gave our donations to the district to distribute it. Previously, we had been doing this by taking them to the health center facilities as delivery, but because our lack of logistics, because those are free donations, they are not with the string, maybe with the funding. So there was an emergency need, so we had to give it to the district and give it to the community. We also do support community like the girl child education, reusable pads. We go to primary schools and we choose the adolescent girls. We also talk to them about their bodily changes. So those activities that we have been so far doing, and a lot more that trainings that are going on agriculture. We do have our demo farms where we also on chicken, how to rear poultry, and maybe agriculture for like these fruits, how to grow vegetables and so forth. Like recently we have also a demo farm here on how to grow crops during dry season using a simple method of irrigation. So those are some of the things where as the organization is doing, and we are striving further to do a lot in the community, basically. And I think in that.
Looking at the criteria for selecting the beneficiaries, how do you normally select your beneficiaries, the youth and the women, to benefit from these different activities that you're running?
Of course, we look at the most vulnerable youth and women in the community. Yeah, we do baseline assessment. We see who are those people, who are those youth that need our services. We don't target the whole community as a need. We do need assessment. We see who are those hardworking youth that we bring them on board. And then even women, we target mostly women who are like pregnant mothers. In one of our healthy activities like the malaria, we target the health mothers. And then pregnant mothers, those are people we normally target them because these are women who normally take care of the children at home when they know when a child is sick of malaria or not. And of course, when they are vulnerable and they are weak, that's why all our drugs target pregnant mothers, because there are certain food supplements that the body needs during pregnancy, and those food supplements cannot be achieved by only eating because of the level of our poverty in the community. So those drugs are just to supplement the child's growth in the stomach. I'm not a doctor, but of course at the little I know. So our target is specific. You know, we have a timeline, but the district also have their timeline. So our timeline with the district does not rhyme. As an organization, we have our timeline, the demand by the donor. But those demands are not a conditions to the district. The district also have their own timeline, and so that's why sometimes we decide to distribute these things and beat our deadline. So sometimes there are delays. There are delays that go on with the district delivering of these activities, getting reports. There are those deliverabilities. Sometimes they want evidence that you have delivered this, where the beneficiary and those. So with the district, those things go a long way. So when we receive these things, we are not supposed to keep them for long. We have to disperse them to the health center. It is the design of the project. It's not my own will. It's the design of the health center that when these products are received, mostly has to go direct to the beneficiary. Actually, the target was the rural community. In essence, when you look at it, I said, but we don't have doctors, but we have doctors in the community. What do we do? What we do is we supply now. We are supposed to deliver these drugs or these supplements to the rural community so that the rural women can be able to afford. At least in the town, people can have those balanced diets and they eat well. But in the community, sometimes they don't have the balanced diet, so that affects the growth of the baby in the stomach, in the womb. So that is why sometimes we do our deliveries direct to the community. But at times when these things are given to us, they don't give us with some funding. That may be a capital like money that we use also for logistics and so forth. That's why sometimes we go in, we said no, where there's a need, the district is like, recently there was a really high need, but they needed to do it without the products. The activity is not going to be successful, so we had to say, now what do we do? Let us give it to the district, but our target is, can this thing reach the community? Our target, let this products reach the community. But of course, we sat down with the district and they did the deliveries, and our delivery notes were returned, and it is well. And we also monitor those activities. We also go to the community. We mobilize the VHTs in the community to go down to the community, to the members, to encourage them to come to health centers. So our project, we don't only take the products, we also deliver a message. So whenever we go to a facility like this, we call VHTs, the LC ones, people, the elders, people who are responsible, that can spread our message to the community, to encourage, because they know there are women in the community who is pregnant, who is not. They not sometimes move door to door and what. So let them encourage women to come and attend antenatal and receive these medications, these supplements. So that is what we normally do. You know, funding, the donations, when things are donated like that, with the conditions there, sometimes you have challenges of logistics here, but because to run, because you need this service for the people, you have to accept it, and we deep down into our pockets to say, how do we get fuel and put in the car and take it to the community? So it is a voluntary service that we try to offer to the communities. And yes, we don't complain because this is our nature. It's how I feel that we can do a lot to the community if we volunteer. So volunteer is not only your time, and also you volunteer your resources. You said, okay, let these resources go and serve this community. So those are some of the challenges, and of course, donors also have, they said, we are giving you only this, the rest do it. So it's a kind of a confunding. So you find out when we come to the community, we tap in people, 1 or 2 or 3, said, okay, we have some donations like this, but who can support us? But now it's very hard to get money from the pockets of the businessmen and those needy people, because people look at this is an organization, maybe they have money. No, our money comes from donors, and they are specific. They have budget lines. So projects that I receive like that without that support always becomes a challenge to us. And we are also challenged with the human resource management. Yeah, you know, staff turnover is high. People run from one organization to another looking for favorable climate. You know, people look for money. So if the organization is paying low, like some of the organizations, they don't pay salaries. So you find that you're giving allowances. So you cannot sustain this man or this person on allowances. You know, so those are some of the challenges that we look at. Yeah, there are certain projects there where you find you're fully funded. That fully funded includes your salary, maybe your salary, and then maybe allowances, travel allowances, including also health benefits. But it is we have not yet hit that target. So those are some of the challenges that the organization is facing. You don't need to give up. When you give up, you lose. So the only solution that we need to give up, keep knocking on the donor doors. And of course, if funds allow, employ the best, you need to have the best staffs that can give you results. But now sometimes it's hard to attract good staffs, people who can lift the organization high, because they also come handy. They need support, they need money. Their value is too high that you cannot even maintain them. So these are some of the challenges. But of course, what you need is to trust in God and pray hard and push Him. You work as you pray, and one day we shall break the ceiling.